Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm Abhishek. I used to work as a machine learning engineer. Then I took a sabbatical for a bit and I just got back recently. And yeah, I've always been interested in football and watched it all my life. And yeah, wanted to take a look into like more the technical aspect of it. So the motivation for this work is I'm a Newcastle fan, and when like Sandro Tonali came back from his ban, I noticed that he played a lot of like short, quick passes, a lot of one-touch passes, and that changed the way like Newcastle played and also won them a lot of games. So I want to take a closer look into some of the metrics, like who the quickest passers are. So this is from the current Premier League season. So to define a quick pass, so the way I define it here is any pass that is made 1 second after the ball has been played to the passer. Uh, this the data I use for my analysis is from Who Scored. So I scraped Who Scored, and I got different data for the season. So then I'll go over like who the top quick passes are, some of the metrics associated with them, some visualizations on the pitch, and impact on shot creation. Uh, to start off, so the top quick passes this season, like by far, Bruno Fernandes, like he's got close to like 500 quick passes, and everyone else sort of like clusters around like a similar number. And one interesting observation is that all of the players here are central midfielders. And going somewhat deeper into some of the metrics, I do a plot of quick passes per 90 and the percentage of a player's passes that are quick passes. So to find out like who are the players that have a tendency to play in this way. And yeah, so Casemiro is by far like the top in like both metrics. He plays a lot of quick passes and also like a big percentage of his passes are quick. We also see like some of the players from the previous chart like Tonali, McAllister, Bruno Fernandes. And also yeah, like two of the three Manchester United players here. So that's probably an indication of the way that Manchester United would like to play. It's with quick passing. Uh, then I also like take the top nine quick passers and plot their passes on the pitch, uh, plot the heat map, and also like the pass locations. So here I noticed that there are like two kinds of uh, passers that emerge. So there are like players like Bruno Fernandes, Norga, Tonali, like who cover like the entire length of the pitch. And then there's like Tielemans and McAllister who are like more active in the attacking half. And also like another trend is that most of these passes are happening in the central areas of the pitch between the two boxes, uh, consistent with central midfielders being the most adept at it. But then also, I I wanted to get more into like the attacking side of it, like which of these passes make a difference. So I decided to look at the quick passes that are progressive. Here, I define a progressive pass as one that moves the ball forward by 5 meters, and here like there's a someone like Tielemans really excels over here. Like he's got 154 progressive quick passes with a high success rate, whereas someone like Gundogan, who still had a high number of quick passes, like very few of them are progressive. And then I plot again the quick passes per 90 to like a percentage of quick passes that are progressive to find out like who are the players that like when they play a quick pass, it's most of the time it's progressive. For me, like one that looks really interesting is Adam Wharton, like who's central midfielder, and like 50% of his passes are progressive. The further left and further higher you go, notice that it's defenders, which makes sense because they have more forward area in front of them. Uh, then again, like continuing on the trend of looking at attacking metrics, I look at uh, the quick passes that result in a shot within 10 seconds of the shot being made. And for these shots, I calculate the XG. So for this, I did not have the XG for it, so I use a basic model to calculate the XG. So again, we see like uh, some of the players from before, like Tonali, Bruno Fernandes, McAllister, whose quick passing has led to high XG. Uh, and again, looking at a visualization of where these passes come from and where the shots are taken. So I created a heat map for the location of the quick pass and plotted the location of the shot. So again, like most of these are coming from central spaces, and again, like a lot of these are central midfielders, with one exception of Lewis Hall, who is a left back. So yeah, I think the key takeaways for me is that yeah, the ability to play a quick pass is a key skill because most of the players that we have seen, the midfielders that we've seen in, so far are players that we consider like high quality players. And also, I would say it's more important for teams that play a transitional style. Seen a lot of players from Liverpool, Newcastle, Man United appear in my analysis. And also, yeah, from an analysis perspective, I feel that tracking data can really make a difference here. Like it can be used to assess the quality of the quick pass. Like if someone is able to find a player in space, like one touch, that is a huge difference. So yeah, so these are my key takeaways. And yeah, questions?
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very nice. Rodrigo's eager to get going, so I'll let you go first then, and then we'll take David.
Yeah, I was afraid that you would skip me. So anyway, thanks, Abhishek. I have a straightforward question. I maybe missed in the beginning of the presentation, or maybe not. How do you define a quick pass? What is a quick pass by definition?
So I define a quick pass as a pass that is made 1 second after the ball is played to the passer. So the way I have my event data is I have the data of like the previous pass and the timestamp and the current pass and the timestamp. So if it's a 1 second difference, then I define it as a quick pass.
Okay, so I would think this is a more quick retention than a quick pass. Because I was expecting when I saw the brief
Yeah.
on your presentation that a quick pass would be like a fast pass, that a pass that's made strong enough to reach the receiver to uh, faster than a regular pass. If I make a weak pass to you, then if and you're my teammate, then David, the opponent, can just run and take the ball before you get the ball. This would be a weak pass, and then I was thinking more towards weak and strong passes.
Okay.
So that helps me clarify a lot of what you just presented.
Yeah.
And Milad, I was thinking velocity at meters per second, or maybe you can just calculate it because if you do have the start and end positions, then you also have
Yes.
the
I can
time
calculate
step.
the speed.
Yeah,
Right. Right. Yeah.
but anyway, I mean, this is a really nice insight, and so this would be my question, and my suggestion would be try to plot clusters of those passes because you have a nice idea of the heat maps, and a nicer idea with the heat maps and the shot map and the heat maps are just a nice way to combine those. But you know how to cluster a pass, and then I guess that would be really cool to see how does Bruno Fernandes, for example, which is the kind of quick pass that he made.
Okay. Okay. Like you mean like do like a k-means clustering on his passes and yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah.
Very nice. Thanks, Rodrigo. David?
Yeah, thank you very much. I really like this. And honestly, I would put a very, very big amount of money that Rodrigo from Red Bull will jump first to refer to this. Uh, that was obvious, but yeah. So
The pressure
can
is
you go
going.
to the
Sorry, the
can
pressure
you
is.
can you go to the takeaway slide, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I really like the idea, and it really made me think. So overall, I'm very positive about this. So please don't take it as a bad thing that I'm a little bit critical with this. Um, Here, the first sentence, I can't agree because the ability to play a quick pass is not a key skill. The ability to play a quick pass in a good situation is the key skill. And for example, I loved Iniesta when he was playing, and he had this La Pausa skill. He knew exactly when to stop the ball, when to turn with it, when to pass. And for me, if you and I'm nearly sure that this is just a little bit of tweak in the model, but this would be the real value to see when the player can. And with this, basically, you can measure the decision making of the player. That if it would be better to play a quick pass or no, or would it be better to turn with the ball or no. So yeah, I think in a technical way this is a small tweak, but in a practical way it would give a really, really good jump in the quality. And my initial question would be about the style of the teams, but as I see, you saw this context, so I will not ask about the question about that. And the other question is because of this 1 second of pass, quick pass definition, like Rodrigo asked. I understand that it's a technical limitation of the data, as I understood. Yeah.
So
Uh,
the way initially what I wanted to do was to measure like one touch passes.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to say. That basically this will mean a one touch pass. And the question is, because the most often one touch pass in football is when the defender passes to the ball to the six and he makes a wall pass back to the defender. And somehow I didn't see this in this data. So I mean, in your visualizations, I didn't see it as much as I would expect. So that's why I'm thinking about this.
Oh,
Uh,
so
the,
I showed like the passes that I plotted were mainly like progressive passes.
okay, maybe I just
Yeah.
didn't get that.
Yeah.
But
This.
so this is only for the program. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
my fault. Okay, sorry, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. It's my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But it would be interesting to see, for example, which player has good value in these wall pass, for example. That's also very important because that's how teams escape pressure. So yeah,
Right.
yeah. But a very good idea. I like it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Do you have a quick comment, Pega?
Not actually, it was very nice. I just wanted to just quickly mention that please be careful when you are using it with any kind of like data providers because they also have some kind of their own definition and their own analysis of the quick passes. So you need to, for example, like Optavision and Skill Corner, they're using separating the quick passes from the one touch. So it should be kind of like exactly clarified what do you mean by the quick passes and the analysis that you already shown. They are also using that, but maybe in small differences, like make the clubs very confused and they don't couldn't match those. Just that. Thanks.
Thank you.
I would say one thing following on from that, because this is a bit of an insider story, but when Dominic Jordan worked for Manchester United, and it was very interesting to see Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro up there, is that they complained to Impact, or they complained there was no data provider that actually measures when the pass arrives. And as a result of this, they persuaded Impact to introduce that you see when the pass arrives, which allows you both to measure what Rodrigo would like, the speed of the ball traveling, and to measure the time on the ball. And so that makes your analysis is lovely, but the who scored data probably comes from Opta, and in which case it probably doesn't allow you to measure it as accurately as the impact data. So you have to get your hands on some impact data.
Yeah.
in order to
Yeah, that,
really nail down your thing.